Today I'm breaking down how I set up my backend so my low ticket offers naturally lead into my high ticket offers. You will see exactly what wasn't working before, so definitely stuff I have tried, and why most funnels don't keep converting after the initial purchase, especially if you are leading with a low ticket offer, and what actually needs to happen behind the scenes for someone to move from your low ticket offer to your high ticket offer. Hi, my name is Gwen, by the way, in case you have never heard about me and you just like end up here. And I'm the funnel queen. I help women scaling to multi six and seven figures build backend experiences that are a true reflection of their brand and that attract, convert, nurture, and retain their dream clients using low maintenance, high converting funnels. And today we are talking about what actually need to exist in your backend for low ticket offers to sell your high ticket work. So, what is actually happening here for you? And this is going to be quite different, like for some of you, but here's what happened for me. And so, perhaps it's the same for you. It has been the same for a lot of clients, and actually, a lot of women inside Mastermind I'm part of who are also scaling to seven figures are also asking the same thing and had the same exact problem. So I want to start with what wasn't working because that's going to maybe give you some insights already. For a very long time myself, I have relied on live launches, obviously, DMs, and I even had a few months where I did a lot of ads and the ads were leading to a sales call and that converted very well, by the way, but this was just not my style. This is absolutely not how capacity wise, boundary wise, time wise, I want to spend my time during my day having so many sales calls, even if they do convert. Like this is not something that felt good for me. And so truly like the result actually was the same, which is me pushing it. And honestly, like sometimes you just don't want to have to push the sales. And even when I had funnels at the beginning, like they weren't actually doing the selling for my high ticket offers. They were like mainly doing the selling for my low ticket offers, maybe a mid ticket offer, but like my high ticket offers, like selling them through funnels was actually not that easy. And the mistake here was for me thinking that my strategy wasn't good because the strategy wasn't actually my problem. My intention was the problem. And that's why, like, here, what happens in your heart and what you actually plan for your people, and that's why ChatGPT can't do this for you, is the most important thing. So let me give you some very specific example today, very specific example and ways for you to be more intentional and double your conversion by being more intentional from a funnel that will lead, let's say, your low ticket to your high ticket offer. So the first point that I want to invite you here is to take the time to deliver your damn offer. And I'm saying this because so many times and that's a mistake that I have seen also, but I see it again and again, is to buy a low ticket offer and then people go straight into selling you the next thing, but you actually haven't digested, consumed this first offer. So I want you first to look at, if you have a low ticket to a high ticket funnel, to first look at this exactly. To look at, okay, how am I going to deliver it? So for example, I have a 21-day challenge and I'm going to create the funnel for this later. I'm reviewing my entire backend, by the way. And so because it is a 21-day funnel challenge, I'm actually going to do a 21-day drip by emails. I'm not going to say, here are the 21-day challenge. If not, I can be saying more, here is a portal with 21 trainings. It is not a 21-day experience. And this is why it's also so important here to be intentional and to really look at what am I building? Because if we want people to be able to go in and every single day know that there was a challenge, there was a new audio, there was a training, we actually have to remind them. And there was a little bit of a difference between, okay, I don't want to do hand holding and hold the hand of people. If they want my shit, like, here's the shit. And this is totally how I am. So if you're like this, like, I get you. And something that I have done to test that was actually like the 21 day. When I did it live, I have not sent them a lot of reminder. And what happened is that then they were not listening to all of the trainings. I'm in a challenge myself at the moment, and I think it's like a 2 weeks challenge. And I think it's finished, or it's almost finished. And I'm just on like day 7. And that's because I forgot about it. Not if I had a reminder, I would actually have listened to it every day. And this is how like things this is how we learn. This is how we fucking learn. And this is also like so important for you to remind yourself of this, because no one is expecting you to know everything today. And everything is also changing and evolving. And the women in my world and myself, we are world class leaders. And going into being a world class leader doesn't mean that you are always going to be perfect on everything. Perfection is not something we should thrive for, I believe, and definitely not my vibe. But we want to build something that is intentional, something that is the best for our people, not the best because we want to be better than everyone else, but just because we want our people to really be served. And if we have created a 21-day experience, let's say, for them, let's deliver the shit out of this. Same, if you have a 5-day training, how can you deliver this and have like maybe 5 days of actual delivery of your offer, which is like this, let's say, low ticket offer, before actually doing the selling? Or not like 5 days before doing the selling, but maybe you pitched on day 2, I don't know, or on day 1, doesn't matter, and keep having the emails as you sell. So you can have still the email saying, today is this day of the training, and then going into your sales email, but still continuing the delivery of the offer. And I think this is something that is missing so much. Another point that come in my mind in really what is going to make you so much sales going from a low ticket offer to a high ticket offer is actually looking at what did happen when you sold those high ticket offer spots before. So let's say if you are selling a mastermind at the moment, or you're selling a retreat, or you're selling a VIP day, like this is maybe your high ticket offer. When you were selling it before on Instagram or in your emails, what were you talking about? Talk about this in your fucking funnel. Stop reinventing everything, thinking, oh, but I have to first do this and then second this and then this. There is a logic, of course, and in our funnel we want, and I'm going to talk about this, like we want to have intentionality also around the buyer journey and making sure that everyone feels served and feel seen and understood through the process, so they can make an informed decision and not buy just from the urgency, but also because they actually need this, and this does the best client and best clients lifetime experience also, and why they continue to buy from you. But also just like coming back into what is selling, what is already selling for you. And I think this is why this is a big advantage when you already sold an offer in your content on social media or in your email. This is going to be super helpful for you, because you can take back all the angles, all the stories that you shared, and really put that back into your funnel. Now, point number 3, we are at speak to all the buyer types. This is something that is very logic, like at this point, like you know about all the buyer types, and there is a big difference between knowing and applying, for sure. I don't want you to like start thinking, oh my God, every piece of content I need to like look at it, but it could be a good idea. But today we're not going to talk about the content that leads to people moving into your backend, but simply to the content that is in your backend, and so into your emails, to see like how this is going to evolve and make sure that it targets all the buyer types. So when we look at this, the backend must validate different decision-making styles. This is absolutely, absolutely important, because so many times, like what happened is that people are going to only talk to one buyer type, which means that they're going to talk to the person who is very logical, or the person who is very emotional, or blah, 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 and I'm not going to do an entire masterclass on this, because it will actually remove some of the depth that is needed on the understanding of them. But really what you need to see is, have I talked to all of them? And if you don't know how to do this, by the way, this is exactly what we do on week 2 of the Funnel Queen Mastermind, starting on January 5th. I teach you exactly how to nail all of the biotypes and give you a very specific example on your in your entire funnel. And this is mind blowing. Everyone is always mind blown because even if you know the biotypes, you actually don't know the way that I'm teaching it. Now, like on top of this, let's look at point now number 4. What actually happens when someone clicks on the sales page? So I see so many people being like, okay, I have my low ticket offer. I'm going to send some email and I'm going to offer them to come into my high ticket offer. And people may click on the sales page. I'm not going to talk again about the delivery, about the value types and all of this, but people, let's say they click on it. This is huge. This is huge because it means that you said something that made them curious. They are curious maybe because they already know, they absolutely love everything that you are presenting, everything that you are creating, and they love being your clients maybe already in the past or like different stuff, maybe they just absolutely love it. Or maybe you said something. And most people think that here, the sales page is key, or like the sale is going to happen on the sales page, but it doesn't. Okay, the decision is already 70-80% made before they click because they read something that made them think, yes, this is wonderful. And sometimes actually what the sales page may do is actually remove the yes decision because they are reading something that is raising a new objection. And that's why sometimes too much information is actually not amazing in your sales page. But that's something that we could totally discuss again on another episode. So here, like what happens before they click is so important. What are the beliefs that they have? What belief did you shape through the content inside your email? What expectation did you set also through your email? You know how to write an amazing sales page. Like I don't think like at this point, like this is your problem. Like you know how to write a sales page. And the point here is not about that anymore. Okay. It's really more about like looking at the content of the emails that is going to make them take the actual decision. The sales page is here to have kind of like everything at the sales page at the same spot, on the same page. And it's kind of like taking back all of the things about the biotypes, all of this like in one page, because also we don't talk to all biotypes in one email. So here, just some nuggets of gold for you at the same time. But your backend really should make the sales page feel like, of course, this is for me, and not just like, let me see if this makes sense with what I have read so far. I just want to double check. The point number 5 that I wanted to share today is the role of a fallback offer, because if you have your low ticket offer to your high ticket offer, and I said that here we were talking about how to make people like leading more towards your high ticket offer, but I want to talk about the fallback offer because not a lot of people are using this way, and I just don't understand why. A lot of people are using, this is my offer, this is the upsell, this is the downsell. This is not at all how I do it, by the way. I use a fallback offer as an offer when someone hasn't bought something, and you may be like, yes, that's a downsell. No, because the price is not always lower. And so what that means is, for example, you could be coming into one of my funnel, and I will sell you maybe towards the Funnel Queen Mastermind because you were into something about funnel, and this is where we do your funnel in 5 weeks, and it's an amazing program. So I may sell you into this. But if you don't buy Funnel Queen Mastermind, I'm actually not going to say, hey, just take the self-paced version. I am not. I could. But right now, I will not. I'm not saying I will not do it in the future, but like right now, when I think about my offers, I will not. What I will do is that I'm going to direct you towards a one-to-one high ticket offer that is actually more expensive than the other offer, which is completely the opposite of what a lot of people are doing. And for me, this actually makes sense because I'm not looking at, oh, they could not buy this, so let me offer them something cheaper. No, they already had a low ticket offer if this was from a low ticket offer. And I am not in the market of attracting people who can't invest into, let's say for me, their own business. For you, it might be their health. For you, it may be their wealth and how they invest money into different things. Like, I know that you all have very different businesses, and 90% of my clients, by the way, are not business coaches. So what I'm saying also works for all of my clients. So when we are looking at this, that means that you would share an offer with them, and if they don't buy this, you will offer something else that is strategically better. Not better because they have a different result, but why did they not take it? For me, if someone is interested by my work and will work with me, if they don't go into Funnel Queen Mastermind, is because they feel they will be better having one-to-one with me, not because it's cheaper. Do you see the point here? Okay. So your options are not just buy the high ticket offer or nothing. By the way, you have to have something else, but this something else doesn't need to be a module of the program you were selling or the self-paced version of the program you were selling just to be cheaper. Because if not, you are actually leaking buyers, and buyers who are ready to invest. If the only option is buy cheaper, maybe they actually wanted more option, maybe they wanted one-to-one support. So a fallback offer, which sounds so much better, right, than a downsell anyway, keeps people in your world and really build trust. It prepares them for the next step, and it doesn't have to be low ticket. I'm not saying that it needs to be higher, it needs to be one-to-one support. This is just an example that I was giving you now. But the fallback offer doesn't have to be down price or up price. It really depends on what do you think the real reason of someone not buying your offer, the one that was in your funnel, is. So it's not about discounting anything. We don't want to give discount of anything. Like, this is not actually like people you will want to have in your business. And a good backend definitely never says it's now or never. They have options. Oh, you don't want this? No problem. Here there is this, here there is this, or this, or this. Which one do you want? It really offers them the right next step. So when low ticket sells high ticket properly, it's because the backend is intentional and the system does the heavy lifting. But intention here is so important. This is absolutely not about having the perfect offer suite here, the ecosystem of offer, which will be you have your low ticket, your mid ticket, and your high ticket. You could have just one low ticket and different high tickets offer, and this would work still perfectly. And this is exactly the work we do inside Funnel Queen Mastermind, obviously. And Funnel Queen Mastermind is only 5 weeks. And in 5 weeks, we build your backend experience. We don't just build funnels, okay? We design backend experiences where every single offer you already have has a role. And I'm going to help you see what is the role of each of those offers. Are you going to have some tripwires? Are you going to have some upsells, some downsells? What are the fallback offer? All of this. Sales, they don't depend on your energy once you have this. So this is what we build. We build a machine, not a machine because we are a machine, but we build a machine to be able to support us. This is a system, okay? This is a system that is going to also reflect the level we are playing at. Because if the truth is that we are a world-class leader has her shit together. Yes, she does. If you know your offers are solid, you have sold them in the front end, you have done launches, you sell them in your back end. When you talk in stories, like you have sold some like this, but your back end is not supporting you and doing its job in making those sales automatic or really amplifying the volume of sales you are having. Come inside Funnel Queen Mastermind. We're starting January 5th. You can send me a DM if you have any question. I will also put the link in the show notes here. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If this landed, take a moment and really ask yourself, does my backend actually guide people or just collect them? Am I just collecting people here on my email list? Bye, everyone.